Yeah, it's obviously everything this year has been so interesting. But yeah, you get, I've had 5 good years with the Chargers, but I was so excited to sign with the Titans, and then it's like all the excitement, but then you're stuck, hanging out and meeting guys on Zoom for the off season and stuff. So it's been a really good couple weeks. The first 2 weeks being here, finally actually seeing guys' faces, getting to know these guys on a more personal level, and just starting to vibe with the team. You know what I mean? You can already tell it's obviously a great organization and a good group of guys. So it's been pretty easy for me to fit in, and it's pretty good. I'm looking forward to it.
And one other from me, what is the correct pronunciation of your name, and how many ways have people butchered it? What have they called you?
Man, I've heard it said every single way from announcers. Announcers will used to just call my name. They'd be like, oh, number 41 or number 48, Nick, and then they'd stop at the last name. But the correct way is Dzubnar, Dzubnar. But a lot of people think there's a silent D or a silent Z, Dzubnar. I've heard anyone that says something with a Z, I look back because I don't hold anyone accountable for trying to get it right the first time.
John Glennon?
I'll just stick with Nick, I think, on that one. Nick, just wondering, what's the challenge of sticking for a long time in the NFL as primarily a special teams standout, and what makes for a very good special teams player in your opinion?
You know what? I think every player is different. When I came in, I was an undrafted guy. Obviously I'm a linebacker. I love playing linebacker. I think I can compete at linebacker and stuff like that. But, I had a lot of success on special teams, especially with the Chargers. And obviously I feel like that's why the Tennessee Titans brought me here as well. I can't tell you if there's a certain trick, you know what I mean? All I know is to, go 100 miles an hour with my hair on fire, 100% effort, nonstop until, I get to the ball carrier or whatever it is, whoever's returning it, stuff like that. I think it's more of a mindset and an attitude that I had, growing up playing sports that's helped me excel, especially in special teams, because special teams to me is a dogfight, every single one, whether it's punt return, kickoff return. It's just a straight fight. And, if it's a one-on-one battle, it's you against the other guy, and I don't like to lose. So, I look forward to good competition with other good special teams guys. And like I said, it's a battle and it's a fight. And I like to think that I usually come out on top.
Teron?
Yeah, Nick, obviously it's only been one day in, but after your first practice, did anything stand out to you as far as the intensity during practice, whether it's from Coach Vrabel or from Coach Alkerman or any of the other players?
Well, I mean, just from being here, you could tell everyone's always excited. You know what I mean? It's a great organization, and the tempo is very fast. But there's a lot of excitement. Ak brings a lot of really good energy. It's go, 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 which obviously fuels everyone else, and that's the way we should play. So energy is really high, but it's great. It's exciting. Everyone's excited to be out here playing football, obviously, because we've been off for so long. So there's really good energy. A lot of guys are obviously working hard. We're trying to make everyone better. So so far we're doing really well.
Luke?
Nick, this team has had a pretty strong culture on special teams for the last couple of years, especially last season. How have you seen that since you've joined this team, and what has it been like, I guess, since you've been able to get back in the building working with guys like Joshua Kalu and Ty Smith, guys like that?
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, in the past, I think Chargers have played them the last 2 seasons, you know what I mean? So, obviously, I already know these guys because, we scouted them, you know what I mean? So, I already know who their guys are and everything like that. And it's a good special teams unit. And then, it's one thing when you have a team that has only one special team player. You're like, okay, this is their key special team player. You know what I mean? Where here, there's a lot of key special team players, which I think makes us dangerous on special teams, and makes it hard for other teams to scout us because you can't double team all of us. You know what I mean? So if you have a lot of weapons, like I said, you can't double team all of us. And there's a lot of guys on this team on special teams that make a lot of plays. So props to them and props to the organization for doing what they're doing.
And you've played with Craig before. How much did that connection lead to you getting here, and what do you appreciate about him as a coach?
Oh, Ak is great. I had my first 2 seasons with him when we were down in San Diego. It's been a great relationship, obviously. My first 2 years in the league, especially as an undrafted kid, you build these relationships with these coaches, especially now that I've been in for 5 and going on 6. You still build these relationships with these coaches and stuff like that. And when I found out that the Titans were offering me, Ak was one of the first guys I called, you know what I mean, and sent him a text and stuff like that. And we were both just so fired up. And I obviously was so excited to come back and join him because I have so much respect for him and what he does and the way he does it. So, yeah, I'm really happy to be reunited with Ak, and I think it's going to be a good pairing for us.
Paul Kaharski?
Nick, what kind of messages has Haslett had for you to try to grow you as an inside linebacker and have you ready to contribute in that department?
I think it's a little early right now. I think it's great personally having a linebacker coach that played linebacker in the NFL, you know what I mean? So he doesn't ask us to do anything that he doesn't already know isn't possible, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have position coaches that honestly have never played the position and they ask you to do certain stuff. But with him, he completely understands things that linebackers are supposed to do, the way they're supposed to check these keys and stuff like that. So to have a mind like that, have your back and see things the way you see things and see the way he sees things, it helps a lot. It's still early right now, but I think the attention to detail he has, the little stuff, the communication, obviously, it's going really well. I think it's too early to really nitpick anything like that. But right now we're just trying to communicate and be perfect on every single play, just like we should always strive for. But I think he's a really good coach, and I'm excited to have him be my coach, really.
All right. Appreciate your time. We ran through all the questions.
Good deal.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.